Greetings, everybody. So, I was requested to make this video. Kinda odd about that, but, well, to be honest, I haven't updated the previous version of this for a long time. So, now I feel it's time I made a new one. And this video is about what dailies and weeklies to look out for in Dragon Quest X. Now, before I begin, I generally, when I am making a main quest video, I speak minimally, and I will not answer any questions DM'd to me in the Discord, because, again, I do have people DM me stuff all the time, and they tend to start asking when whenever they see me with the video record status icon that I usually put up. However, for the questing around videos, that's when I will answer DMs and such. And I will be doing a questing around video eventually, probably tomorrow actually even. It's just I really want to get back to Oblivion Remastered, now that I've spent 7 hours getting it fixed up. Anyway, so, for the sake of this, for what we're doing with this video, we are going to basically go and see all the daily and weekly stuff you should be aware of that you should be doing, as well as some bi-weekly content that I will explain. I wish it was closer to the 30th right now, because I could have been able to show something else, but it's fine, I will explain it when I get there. So, first things first, you want some party members. Now, what party members you get is based on your vocation. I typically like to do everything as a guardian. So, what I will be going for... Why are those lit up and these aren't? Huh, that's odd. Names aren't translating. Okay. So, we don't need him. We need her. As a guardian, I typically like to go with a priest. Wand, obviously. Resist doesn't really matter for what I'm about to do. Try to go for the one with the most magical mending, HP, and defense. Or at least a good ballpark around it. Since I won't be needing them long term, we're just going to go for 12 hours. Next, because I will run some of the content, and then other content I will not run, since I would need a specific party for it, or I just have no need of it right now, but I will at least show you what it looks like. So yeah, I go typically with a priest. And then I'll pick either a Demon Sword Master or a Battle Master. For the hell of it, let's just go with a Demon Sword Master. Now, when selecting your Demon Swordmaster, you often want one that's well equipped. Funny thing that I noticed, though, is that those that play male characters tend to have them better geared out. But honestly, in this case, just go whatever the hell you want, really. Now, finally, since I have a demon, I don't need to really get a sage. But I do like a secondary support, so you can either go with a druid or a deathmaster. Either works. Or if you just want to rely primarily on your priest, go for another DPS focus vocation. For this, we're going to go ahead with the deathmaster. Now, when it comes to a Death Master, or Death Priest, or Necromancer, whichever way you want to call it, you want to focus on attack. That's what they're there for. You want to focus on their magical might and their magical mending. The more of both they have, the better. Obviously, this would be my pick. But for the hell of it, let's just go with her. Typically, yes, it depends on what I'm doing, exactly, honestly. If I'm going main quest adventuring, or even just side quest stuff, I really like having a priest. And depending on if I go Demon Swordmaster or Sage, or no, Battlemaster, if I go Demon Swordmaster, I'll either take a Death Priest, Necromancer, or a Druid. A Wand Druid, specifically. If I'm going with a Battlemaster, I will then pick a Sage. Because Demon Swordmaster and Sages both have the useful ability of nullifying buffs on enemies. Very useful. Another option could be, you can go with a Sage and pick up a Warrior, because Warriors are pretty good with debuffs. You could also go with a Minstrel. They do some debuffing as well. Now, one of the first things you want to do as a daily each day is you want to go to Magistress. Since I have to go to a streaming server, we'll go to 22. If I don't, Square Enix is going to copyright me. Yeah. Alright. So, one of the things you want to do each day, alright, is come here and talk to this guy. He's going to offer some kill contracts. They, about 95% of the time, will always have a book boss kill contract. Apex or Via Aztec seems to be the only one selectable for today. Now, what this grants you is a certain amount of XP. In this one's case, it's 30,000 today. And gold. 30,000 for today. A decent little chunk of change. It could quickly add up if you're doing it every day. I still gotta go and make a bunch of gold myself. I just gotta find time to. So now, you take your book of bosses. You earn this from the spear pickle that is near the Momoko house. I'll show that in a bit. Okay, it was Via Aztec, right? Let's go fight that. These aren't hard. These enemies are like between 50 and 90 in level. Most often, when I'm doing this and the other things in the book, I don't even play the game. I just get on the vocation that needs the experience, and I let my supports do all the fighting for me. I just go into it, leave it AFK, let the supports fight, then come back when it's all set. Which usually doesn't take long anyway. What do I have them set to? Right. Wisely, focus ceiling. That's what I'm gonna do. And if you're lucky, unless you use an orb perfume, you'll get a green orb. Green orbs are worth about 4,000 right now. More on that in a bit. Go ahead and report it in. There you go, 30,000 gold. There you go. You also get fame points, and how much you get is based on your fame level. And you also get a single gem of the current alchemy jewel, used for uncursing your weapons and armor. Fame levels have a hidden benefit. I don't think I've unlocked everything that fame levels could give so far yet. I'm actually at what's considered a very high fame level because these are not easy to get. It takes a massive amount of time and a lot of playing, and the current cap right now is the same as the level, which is 136. I still have quite a lot of quests to do. I bet I can at least get up to fame level 105 if I did all those quests right now. Now, the other daily thing you can do, especially if you're starting out, you have no craft, you don't fish like I do, and all that, is to use your book of bosses to at least fight all these. All the ones with 2s in them. Don't bother with the 1s, it's honestly a waste of time unless you're really got nothing else to do. By fighting these, you'll get rewarded, on chance, at the end with orbs of this color. The black ones, obviously, are random color. Depending on the update and the economy at the time, each color is worth something different. It's always better to save all your orbs to sell them when a major update happens, because then the new crafted weapon or armor sets will come out, and they always use a specific type of jewel. So the price goes up massively and stays that way for at least the first month. Now, often, especially on the 2Xs, okay, you may not get the chest at the end, and then you have to fight the boss over and over until it drops its chest. To alleviate that, you use orb perfumes. You can get this from various content, including special lottery tickets, and from opening good fortune boxes in the casino. I've got to do that. The other thing you can do, and this is the weekly content, is Trial Gate. Now, this resets every week, unlike the strong bosses, which resets every day at about 4 p.m. EST. 5 p.m. give or take, depending on daylight savings time. Trial Gate resets every week. Now, what's nice about these is they give a decent amount of XP and decent amount of gold drops, and they can also drop items that you can sell. The main point to these, though, is that they drop Master Orb Jewels. And what Master Orb Jewels they have changes every week. In fact, over 80% of all the Master Orb Jewels that I have, I got them from just doing this stuff every week. So, important to do these. Make sure you do them if you're a new player or you're just coming back, because it gets you XP, it gets you gold, it gets you all that. Now, next thing to look for. For this, we're going to go to Lender. This is the guy that gives you that book I've been showing you. Okay, you gotta talk to him, and you gotta answer him back with a certain phrase. Easy to do if you have the send the chat tool, or you do what I did, and I just look up the phrase with Google Translate, translate it back to Japanese, copy it, and paste it into a frequently used chat. You see all these here? Many of them are the frequently used chats I had to use in quite a few side quests and main quests, and never really overwritten them. Now, for this next piece of content, which I haven't really been doing at all lately, and I should, is the Poet Battle Arena stuff. This time you have 2 stages. These reset bi-weekly. You got stage 1, which is easy mode now. It used to be hard when level cap was like 90. This one is awarding Ruby Gems right now, medal tickets, lottery tickets, and a Barrier Guardians card. So very much worth doing. This one, which is the harder mode version now, is giving a bonus orb, gold bar, 5 of them, that's 15k gold. Dream accessory box, which will give you a random tier 2 at least dream accessory. 15 metal tickets, convert that to a metal maze ticket. And a time being card for a pretty good accessory. I'm gonna go ahead and run these right now, for the hell of it. I mean, that's what I got this party members for, right? Now, you could either go with the current party or perform with others. I'd rather just go with my party. If you go with others, it'll matchmake you to whoever else is doing it. Granted, you're probably not going to get matchmaked at all unless you are playing during Japanese prime time. Now, this is quite simple. It's really just a series of battles against 5 enemies, one at a time, these little puppets, and each one of them is going to mimic the abilities of a certain boss. The boss is random. Guardian stuff. Now I can go hit stuff. which tends to favor bosses that uses a lot of magic. King tends to favor bosses that likes to use a lot of mechanics, like Ridge Racer. Like I said, this is the easy version, and this was what was only available up till the level 130 cap, I think, if I remember right. Then they released that harder version. So, once done, you collect your gifts here. Grab them all. If you talk to the NPCs, they will tell you exactly what boss they were mimicking. Lemon Heart, of course. Apex Grykos. Well, wouldn't know that since we killed her so quick. Now we'll do the harder version. This one you've really got to keep on your toes for, because it'll be the harder bosses that are within... that you fought within the level 110 areas. 110 and beyond. Now, if you perform this again, for the first stage, you'll get random items instead. So now, it's all been changed to Gold Nugget, Metal Case, Gold Nugget, Special Medicine, and Poet's Jewelry Box. You can keep performing this over and over if you want, if you really want that stuff. To be honest, it may be a waste of time. But money's money, gold's gold, do what you feel like. If honestly, the second stage might give better stuff than that, if you're redoing it. I'm going to try to perform with others for this one to see what happens. If it takes too long, we're just going to go with our party. Yeah, no one's biting. Okay. Now, this will be significantly harder, but as long as you got a party that makes sense, it will be fine. And you can tell it's going to be harder by the way they look. That's why I picked the Demon Swords Master. Basically, disruptive wave protection ability. likes to use that one now, huh? That's that. Right, collect your goodies. Another card I'm gonna have to use a key for, probably. I'll have to look into it. That's it for those bi-weeklies. Now, if you were to do it again, same thing as the other one. You might as well just do the other one then. So that's it for that. Now for another set of weeklies that I'm just going to show. I won't do them yet, otherwise this video is gonna go on forever. False Lindarcia and True Lindarcia. You want to go to F. Granzador entry. I'm just going to go ahead and set these for now. Now, these particular weeklies, again, they reset every week on Saturday at about 4 p.m. EST. Now, what they give you is a very large amount of XP, depending on what level you're at. And typically, they will have a book boss you can do. Obviously, you want to do the book boss because it is the quickest, instead of running out trying to find these guys. When you do these weeklies, you will get gold, you will get some sort of monetary compensation, either in lottery tickets or a form. Those forms look like this. You could do them, you could put them up on sale for like 2,000 to 3,000 or so gold, up to you. Often though, if you do them, you get rewarded with something that is pretty decent chunk of change. So get one from there. Then you go to True Lindarcia. Go to the exact same place. Then you can get another quest that's weekly. This one's got 2 this time, so I'll probably just take this one. Doesn't matter. Again, I can have my AI do this for me. My support party members. Now, not only does it get you that large amount of XP, that you can do this quest weekly on whatever vocation you want. Then you can just go right to that priest over there, switch to the vocation you want to put the XP on, and give it to that. But not only that, but one of them also gives lottery tickets. But the most important thing is they both give you 10 of the latest alchemy stone. Very important. Because to uncurse equipment, unless you like buying equipment that's 8 to 15 million gold just for having 2 perfects on it. Okay, so unless you want to spend a lot of money on equipment, you want to do these so you can get the alchemy stones, then you can buy cursed equipment with at least one perfect on it. Okay, those generally go for about 3 to 6 million gold, depending on the effect and what piece it is. And then you just put to near perfection the other 2 stats. Because here's the thing, it's almost not worth getting a triple crown piece of equipment. Like, for example, because again, I gotta update this. Actually go out and farm some more gold, because I'm about to replace my equipment soon. I'm actually gonna go and buy some that are like 1 or 2 crowns on it. But as you can see, the one with the crown on it, that's as high as it'll go. +6, +3 attack. If they were all triple crowned, they'd all be showing +6, +3. You can actually take those 2 stats and get them both to +2. You'd only be missing 2 attack, like 2 measly attack. No one really cares. You really go for triple crown for like showing off. But the thing is, that stuff gets replaced once the next major update arrives anyway. You can save yourself a massive amount of gold if you have the alchemy stones, okay, to take the stats up to what I call near perfect. So make sure you do these every week. You need those stones. Now, the next weekly thing you want to do... Let me see if I still have that stone. I do. False Pyramid. I noticed a lot of people overlook this, and then they wonder, or they come up to me asking, "Hey, Cecil, what goes into this accessory slot?" Then they show me a page with all their accessories, and I have to tell them over and over again, "Oh, yeah, that is your pyramid brooch. / Ankh. Obviously, if I wasn't using this one for HP, I could also be using this one for more attack. Honestly, I think I have enough HP. I might actually change into this one later. But these are important. This one I just threw together, it looks like. So, False Pyramid, where is that? Well, if you've been past version 2, you would already know about this. The thing is, the pyramid you likely went into was the true pyramid. You had no reason to come to this one at all. This is side content upon side content. Nothing in the main story will ever have you come into here. So if you've been following main story, you likely ignored this place completely. Now, what you do here is you're going to talk to this elf that is wrapped in mummy bandages. Okay, when you do, she will give you a side quest, which is to then go into one of the crypts, clear it, then come back to her, and she will appraise whatever golden treasure you've gotten. Now, obviously, I don't need to do this anymore. I'll go ahead and run at least one for you anyway. You want to go through every single tomb to collect golden treasures for her to appraise, and then you can turn them into brooches or ankhs, unless of course they turned into them already. You can exchange them for shards to create more brooches and ankhs if you're after a specific one. In which case then you combine them together until you get a perfect accessory like many of mine's are. This resets every week, Saturday, same time. The battles are typically simple. This content was made for level 70s. The only one of these fights that's of any actual threat are the Pharaoh and his Empress fight, which is often one of them. You never know which one you're going to get. Yes, you can do this as early as you want. Honestly, if you have 3 good supports, all high level, they can do it for you. Even the hardest ones. The Swordmaster here clearly doesn't need any help. My own Demon Swordmaster can do that much damage, if not a little more than her, actually. I haven't played on it in a while. Still have to update its equipment. So, once you cleared it, get in and talk to the coffin. Yeah, get the golden treasure. And because it was marked, I got an Ankh with it as well. You didn't warp out? Well, that's new. Huh, they must have recently added this. Looks like now you can just select the next tomb to go to. They just keep adding QOL so damn late, huh? In this instance, we're going back to the elf girl. Do all the tombs, collect the Ankhs and golden treasures, everything you want. Talk to her to appraise it. You can hit appraise all. Go brute shard. Essence Ankh. Which Ankh was that again? It's the style one. Okay. Says I don't need anything anymore. I'm just gonna exchange it. It'll turn to brute shards. Now you're asking, but Cecil, what if I've already got all the perfect Ankhs and I don't need this anymore? Well, then you don't have to do it anymore, unless you go through it all, leave your NPCs to just AFK do it. It's even faster now. You can just warp directly to each tomb, take all those golden treasures, convert it down, turn it into all the shards, then you go to any item shop and just sell those shards. You do that, you can actually make up to 150k gold every week doing that. That's right. You can just take all the stuff, convert it to shards, and sell it for up to 150k gold depending on your luck. And sometimes they will become these tradable items that is used for creation of something. I forgot what. And they're worth anywhere between 5 to 9k gold. You can just put it on the marketplace, it'll get sold quick. That's it for that. Let's see if I can zoom stone from here. So that is the version 2 weekly that you should be doing. Now I'm going to show you something else. Now this is Dark Deity Palace that resets or changes every certain amount of days. Certain doors will be open at certain times. It'll tell you when the next time it might open will be. This is how you make your belts, or one of the 2 belts. Now these fights were intended for max level characters with decent equipment. You will go into them matched up with others to do them. I actually have to do it some more myself to make a War God belt for my Sage. This one is custom tailored to my Guardian. As you can see here, right-hand sword light damage, damage to demons, attack, magical mending, critical haywire rate. This is a perfected belt. It takes a lot of time to make a perfected belt, unless you're willing to spend about $30 in yen to buy a recent item that they put up on the store. There was a little bit of controversy of it, but Square Enix explained that this will help make future content better, because Square Enix makes more money, they put out better content. You basically go into these, you will earn belts and stones used in the formation of your belt. You can obtain sealing ash from sacrificing accessories you don't care for anymore, or of course, you get more from War God belts. You can also sacrifice Augite belts, more on that later, which you get from the other content. What sealing ash does is you can seal effects that you don't want. Obviously, I didn't have to use much. Because you see, every time you get a belt, it will have a random amount of effects on it. The effects that it will have is any that you have not sealed. You got 13 pages of this. You can seal about 60 effects. The more effects you seal, the more sand it's going to take, or ash. It's up to you what effects that you don't want or think that are trash, such as starting. Because you see, this has a starting chance. This has a chance at the start of a fight to activate. I think that's useless. Now, damage to enemies are a valuable stat. I've never really had to use insect. Demons is half of basically all the monsters and bosses, and even super bosses you're going to be fighting, so that's very valuable. Slimes, no one really cares. Then, of course, you have stuff that pertains to weapons, such as ice damage, fire damage, wind damage, and so on. That depends on what you're doing to your scythe. Obviously, scythe dark damage is what you want the most, if you are using a scythe as a Deathmaster or Demon Swordsman. Now, you can either go with the RNG, or you can go with, and this requires the stones that you get from these battles, put on the effect you want. Now, how that works is you basically use those stones that you get from these fights to select an effect. Now, here's the thing about that. The effect you select you can basically select it, but the stat it'll have will be random. So it could be a crappy stat, or it could be a maxed out stat, or anything between. Okay, you won't know. You have to just keep trying until you get the perfected stat you want. To get around this, that's where the cash shop comes in. Because the cash shop offers a bundle that you can pay about, again, I think it was like $30, $40 in yen. It'll offer a bundle for 5 of those stones, I believe. I can't remember, it's been a long time since I've done it. That will give you the perfected stat no matter what you pick, thus saving you from having to do this at all. Instead, all you just gotta do is just buy that, go ahead into any one of these to get another War God belt, or just take one that you have. Okay, you have to use another item if it's a +4 War God belt to +5 it to have a 5th stat. Again, you can earn it from this. Then you just buy that cash shop item, get the perfected belt you want, and there you go. You don't have to come back here ever again unless you're trying to build another belt. Next, we're gonna go to the Heroes Room. Well, this is lots of spoilers, so I hope and pray that you are at version 5 at least. Although I'm gonna be spoiling stuff up to version 6. Or hell, version 7 even. Now here you're going to go into the Heroes Room. Again, I will not show what this is, it will take a while. This is my hero, correct. She is not in a bikini, like everybody else does for their hero girl. I think Golbez even called her ugly once. What was this again? Ah, right, that. Here, as early as I believe version 2.1, you will have the maze. How this works is, every week you will be given a certain amount of Courage Augite. You will use this Augite to enter through a door and to access one of 4 different maze trials. Now, these mazes, they drop belts and multiple other items. Similar to the War God belt, okay, these belts will have random stats on it, based on what you have sealed. Now, one of the major complaints that SC still hasn't relented on is adding more seal effects for both the War God belt and the Augite belt, because even with maxed out seals, you still got a lot of crappy effects that no one would give a damn for. Such as all this stuff that nobody ever uses. And all this other stuff that nobody ever uses. Obviously, the War God belts are just better, but this is the only real belt that you can put on stats like this. It's just, it takes a lot of luck. And of course, movement speed. But you're better off just using a War God belt. But this is still a good alternative, it's just based on your luck. Now, how these mazes work, at least for the ones that you'll initially unlock, which is the Royal Maze, I have level 33 treasure level on. I don't know what the cap is, I've stopped doing it ever since I got to the Heart Mazes. So the Royal Maze is a time trial. You have to kill as many enemies as you can while your courage ticks down. By killing enemies, you will collect more courage, giving you more time, but you also have to spend courage to open the treasure boxes in them. And there are various tiers of treasure boxes. Higher tiers mean better Augite belts and other stuff. You can also get some side stuff that is lucrative for money. So, you have that you can do, and as you keep doing it, your treasure level will increase, and what that does is it will increase the rarity of the treasure chests more often. So you could suddenly just come into one that has like all tier 4, tier 5 chests in it. Okay, I'm at that level to where I'm constantly getting tier 3 to tier 4 chests almost all the time. I barely get copper and silver anymore. Okay, I often get gold and I think it was platinum or dragon. The thing is, once you get to a certain version or in the story, the Heart Maze will open up. Now, what's superior to these is that each one gives more of something than another. One of them gives more XP for not only you, but your princess, because you're doing these with your princess. Okay, that's how you level her up. And you can also bring a support monster with you, so be sure that if you are a new player, one of the first things you do is unlock Monster Master or Item Master and pick out a monster from the list that you like the most, because you're going to be using that monster for a lot of things. One of them gives more XP for you and the princess and your monster. Another one has a lot more gold drops in it, which is good, a decent way to get some gold, you know, if you need nothing else. The higher the level you bring it, you get levels by completing it over and over again. The more gold it's going to drop for you from the monsters and the bosses. Same for the XP. And the final one gives better boxes and a higher chance. You do that one if you just want to farm for belts. The thing is, you can also use Augite to get buffs from these giant super genies that you will come across every time you pass through a door. And these genies can give you all sorts of effects, such as better battle damage, better defenses, more treasure boxes to open, more courage that you can get, and so on. Now, the other nice thing about the Heart Maze is that you don't have to race against a timer. There is no timer. You just have set courage. You just spend the courage. You don't have to worry about rushing through it. It basically pretty much made the original maze obsolete. And then once you have that, you can get Augite, either if you want by just sacrificing belts. You can get more Augite so you can keep going and doing more and more runs. Obviously, it's not perfect. You're going to run out of Augite no matter what eventually. But if you're doing, say, the gold maze, and you just want to keep doing it for gold drops, alright, you can take whatever belts you find and just get more Augite, and then you just keep running that maze. It's up to you. Or you can make sealed sand to lock effects. Secret Stone obviously gives you +4 to the belt if you get one that's +3. Don't neglect your hero princess, because you're gonna run across something and where it's just you and her, and if she's low level and getting one shot all the time, you're screwed. Now that we explained those weeklies, what's the next one on this show? Ah, Monster Arena. Okay, let's go take a look at that. So, Monster Arena, you also unlock in version 2. I haven't done Monster Arena in a long while. I really should. Again, I have been busy with so many things, but that's fine, because I'm probably at max tickets now. And every now and then, there is a Monster Arena event that rewards a lot. Now, in Monster Arena, you have multiple ranks. You will start with Instructor Champ there. Of course. Max rank, and I have 300 battle tries. Obviously, I would use the 10x battle rank. And these are the kind of prizes you can do. Now, here's the thing. The enemies in red, these are super bosses. That's right. You can actually fight against super bosses with your monsters. You will basically go in with 3 of your monsters, equipped with whatever equipment you have and badges you've collected. Okay, you can actually earn badges from this that you can equip to your monsters. And now they have a new system to where you can get support badges that you can equip outside of the arena to make your monsters stronger. But you can get very valuable things such as more coins, elixirs, another heart, actual alchemy gems, lottery tickets, that's a big one, XP scrolls that you use on your characters, and other such things. And this resets. Every time you do a battle, it's going to change the list. It's all good stuff. Here you're going to exchange coins you earn from the arena for random things. You can exchange them for golden ankh boxes if you really have nothing else to spend on. You got all the badges. Uber bonding medals. You can get multiples of these. Looks like they released Apex bonding medals. This is the emblem that your monsters can equip. It does make them better. Happier the monster, the better the effects. I obviously got to get a few of these. I didn't know they introduced them. Then you got this other stuff here. Killer Visor, all that other good stuff. Another heart box. What you need for badges. Nurture Perfume to double XP of your fellow monsters. So on and so forth. And here's a warp stone you can get to warp into here directly. Again, if there is nothing else, if you are maxed out, you got everything you could possibly want with coins, and you got all the badges you care about and all that stuff, then you can just spend your coins on golden lock boxes. Just take those, burn it down into shards, and sell it. I think it's worth like 20k gold each for these. So, don't sleep on this either. Obviously, I have been, because I've been extremely busy. So, I think tomorrow, when I get a chance, I'm going to burn through all this and get some lottery tickets. And maybe those massive XP scrolls for one of my locations. But again, to get to this rank, it is difficult. Not going to lie to you, it is very, very hard. Let me see what the other prices are. It's not going to be as good as what you can get from that, though. $50 gold bars, though. That's pretty good, too. That's 150k gold right there. So, be on the lookout on the S rank and the other ranks. Super Celebration Squad, I forgot what they are. I need to look at something. Prepare party. Okay, they're all... Huh. That must be something new, too. Yeah, they're on standby. Okay, so I can register more monsters now. Cool. Alright. Let's do this one. It's been a while, though. I have no idea what the Super Celebration Squad is. Now, in this case, you can pick a support monster. I tend to go with a, either a killing machine or a golem. Golems are pretty tanky. I tend to go with one that's outfitted correctly. Like this one here has got massive amounts of attack and defense. He's well equipped. He's got Kazing. Set the usual tactics. He's gonna fight wisely. My Saber Cat is on Show No Mercy, Focus Healing. I need to equip my Saber Cat with better stuff, I think, but let's give it a shot. It's just S rank. Oh, these guys. Yeah, it's been a while, so I forgot. I already changed them. Okay, so that's what we call a free battle. So I just got 150k gold for doing nothing. You also receive some badges. Now, this isn't exactly a daily or weekly. You get one battle ticket per day. But when events happen, which seems to happen every 4 months in DQX, when an arena event happens, you'll actually get more than just one ticket per day during the course of the event. And then when you go ahead and check again, okay, everything's going to change again. So S rank. So you got Super Celebration Squad again. So since it's a joke... Oh, look, it's Obi. And yes, the Knight is my main monster. He is well-balanced and decent. He's got Kazing, he's got multi-heal, he can negate a lot of damage, pretty decent AoE attacks, he can debuff, like really debuff, very useful against super bosses. I'm just glad Clarity finally fully translated this stuff. Dark Nebulous, I think it was a super boss? I forgot. Tarot medals, though. See, that's important for fortune teller players. I know there's a couple of you that are fortune teller players. So you want to look out for these too, because it can give you straight up tarot medals to help make your super card deck. Because again, fortune teller is an extremely long progression vocation. Or you can go for coins. SP lottery tickets, it gets more coins as well if it's harder, and all that. So, every 300 days, unless events happen, you can make a whole bunch of money from this if you want. Just don't waste it on these unless you get that S rank with the gold bars on it. Then you got these, which is the advanced, or another rank, is what they call it. Again, these are super bosses. I can take them on, but chances are 50-50. Depends on how well my support does. But you can get a massive amount of coins. I see that right there. I do that one. Alright, that's about 80k gold or so right there for the Onks. Wow, the stage 4 of the dragon. You gotta be very ballsy to do that one. You have 320k experience that you can just give to anybody, well, any one of your vocations. And then, of course, there's lottery tickets. I'd probably rather just do this one here. Gems, elfin elixirs, core coins, and so forth. But you will get a battle try once every day, so 7 per week. And you can get badges to make your monsters stronger. I don't have a monster out right now, so unless I have them out, I'd show you. But you can equip badges to them that you can earn from Grandpa Badge here to make them stronger and have other abilities. So version 2 unlocks a lot of things. And if you don't plan on playing past it, or you happen to be in a group of friends that is struggling to get together, like a certain 4 I know, one of them name is beginning with Specs, then you can do these dailies and weeklies, and get some stuff while you wait for your buddies. Now, what else am I missing? Trying to remember. Let's see, version 3. There wasn't much of anything. The dragon stuff. Okay. Version 4. What's that? So, in version 4, as well as, I believe, in 5 and in 6, there is an NPC. And I can't remember where it is in version 4, but in version 5 it'll be in, spoiler, your castle. An NPC in one of your, I believe, the item shop, or near it, that'll give you tasks that you can reset every week. And these tasks can get you other rewards too. I'll go ahead and show you that. Let's see here. Mistral. And version 6 has one as well. It is an angel that is in the Angel City. Was it the West Wing? Let's look. What do we do with gold bars? I thought I wouldn't be answering this. You sell them. Yep, you just straight up vendor them. That's it. Okay, so they're denoted by that sword or spear symbol that you see right there. Apparently I achieved these, but never turned it back in. Cool. Oh, look! Clarity translates them now. Isn't that nice? So, they will basically reset every week. Well, they will not reset unless you reset them. You will have them permanently until you go in and reset them, but you can only reset them once a week. Or rather, I think you can just reset them anytime you want, but generally you won't be able to get another one until after a week's reset. So, it's usually random tasks like defeat 20 plant monsters in the Demon World, or defeat 20 monsters in Belvane Forest West for a Joyful Jewelry Box. Sapphire Gems, deliver 3 crafting guild requests. Cleared Zomia once. Clear any one gate in that Dark Deities Palace I showed you. You know, it's random stuff like that. It could be anything. Then I'll show you in the Angel City. Let's just return to Stoltia here. I don't remember if version 4 had one. And spoilers! Go to Forian. I think it was the center area. People bothering me about Oblivion now. I have people bothering me about what to set for Oblivion now, because I spent 7 hours dealing with it. Alright, you go to Mr. Muscles here. Yes, this is one of those very rare human NPCs that has an ogre's body. There is one other that is a female that is in an elaborate side story. I won't spoil that, you'll have to find it. care. You can get XP and stuff from these as well. View the logbook. So, same thing here. It's going to give you some random tasks near any gate for some little rewards. They stack up. Try to do them if you care. Okay, so now that we've shown that, and since we're here, I'm going to show a version 6, weekly and bi-weekly, or more like every 3 days now. And this one's very important, because I know a few of you are not doing this, or haven't been doing this, or does not even know about it. It is called the World Botany Research. This is a building that is outside in the Angel City. You just have to fly to it. Then you can unlock its gate, and you'll be able to warp to it directly. I will not be doing this right now, it takes time. So, this resets every 3 days now. It used to be every week. So now every 3 days you can fight a 12-man boss that you'll be matched up with other players on, and each one of them has different attacks and different telegraphic BS. And if you're lucky, you will have an immunity against their telegraphic BS. But you fight these to get Genocides. And every 15th and 30th of the month, that's for us Westerners, the 14th and the 29th, or 30th, depending on the month, for 120 hours, a different kind of vault called Abyss Vault will unlock. And there you will fight an even harder version of these 12-man monsters that usually has some BS on them. One of them is anti-mage, and another one is anti-melee. What they give is 30 of the seeds only once, and 20 of a new resource that you use to unlock a brand new thing. Generally, you want to make sure you do these every bi-week, every 15th and 30th, 14th and 29th, because that is the only way to get that particular currency. You will get 20 of them, you can fight them over and over again for 3. Generally, how you go about this is up to you. You could just do it once every 3 days to get the 20 seeds bonus that you get for doing it the first time, or you can farm them to get 3 seeds every time you fight the boss again. You can just fight them repeatedly without having to exit out. Best one to do this on is when the dragon shows up, because he is the easiest. He can be killed within 20 seconds, but not many of the hardcore players are doing them anymore because they all maxed out on the bi-weekly. It's up to you. I generally farm it whether the dragon comes up. I tend to do the bi-weekly. Or no, rather, not the, I tend to do both the bi-weekly and once every 3 days thing, when I remember to do so. But once you have it, and you collected enough, you can go here. Right, I was raising 3 of my trees because I was farming the dragon last time. Now I got more stats. So, every major update, sometimes they skip, they will raise the cap on this, and it will take longer and longer and longer to raise it to the next max level every time. Most players won't even max it out. Very, very few players ever have this maxed out because of what a massive grind it is, even though now it's gotten easier to max these things out. Generally, it takes a certain amount of seeds. This one takes 30 right now. This one takes 28. And they basically stopped it at 30 seeds. I haven't seen it take more than that since the last 2 updates. So thank God for that. But you take the seeds that you earn from running the content to increase these. And again, to max it out, it will take you a massive amount of grind to do it. Even with the new every 3 days boss deal. Okay, unless you go ahead and just farm the stupid dragon, which I do all the time, it is going to take you forever to raise these. With the new bi-weekly, with the new bi-weeklies and the new every 3 days, you can get 20. If you just do that and only that, it will take you an entire year to max this out, and that's if you remember to get on every 3 days to do it. Most players won't even have this much. Most players, they will get the bare minimum they need for the trash stats that barely anybody uses. Trash stats being weight, which you'd only really see on warriors, guardians, and paladins. Okay, even bothering with heavy. Max MP, very few even bothers with that, because you got items you can freely get that boosts your that recovers your MP back to maximum, and you got classes that can give you back MP. Why bother with MP? So I've seen a lot of people skip this. I've seen a lot of people skip that. I've seen a lot of people skip charming. Some will skip agility. It's really strength, unless you're a pure magic caster. You're going to ignore strength. But I've seen a lot of people go for agility. Well, doesn't even go for agility nowadays. I've seen a lot go for resilience, deafness, max HP, magical mending, and magical might. Now, for the currency special to the bi-weekly, which is the Dark Quartz, you get about 20. You can increase these, which goes up to 7 now. Obviously, you gotta make sure you don't miss that bi-weekly. I think I missed like 1. So I was busy. But you can also just farm them for 3 Dark Quartz each fight. Just a warning though, those fights are very difficult. It always takes at minimum 4 minutes to go through. On average, it takes about 7 minutes per fight. You will be dying a lot unless you're dodging everything. But you can use these to increase skill damage, spell damage, and healing potency. The general complaint lately is that meleeers still do a lot more damage compared to spellcasters, so they threw spellcasters a bone and gave them a lot more spell damage as compared to the skill damage that you get. You get 5 for each one. That is huge. That is important for someone that I know that is past version 6 and hasn't been doing his Botany World research and happens to play a mage. Do this. Be sure you do this. You will unlock this once you're past version 6.1. Now, we're going to go to the other thing that is a daily that I've been kind of neglecting because I haven't really had much need for it. But I think very soon I'm going to start doing this daily too. I've just been doing it every now and then just for the hell of it. But now that I've got a sage built up, I'm going to be doing this more in earnest. Now, this is a super boss daily fight you can do. This one allows you to fight it in a 4-player party, either with your own companions, AI, or with 3 others for glamour rewards, and I think you get those pieces in it as well. I forgot. And then this one here, you can do these to get those pieces every day. And the difficulty of them changes. It'll match you up with 7 other players. From here, you can add effects to your current Judgment Ring, such as HP, attack, defense, all that good stuff. Similar to the Mysterious Tower stuff. You can also add family effects for boosted damage, attribute bonuses for boosted damage to that. I'm a Guardian, so I would obviously use this. Right now, though, I use the Ailment Resistance Ring, which you can get from another daily content. I won't show that because it's kind of a spoiler, but you can unlock that in Gartlet after you reach a certain version. Eventually, though, I'm going to go ahead and do this because I would like the stat rings and start using them too, and I can just rely on my attribute resistances on other stuff. You can also acquire achievements here. That tends to happen whenever a special thing comes around. I barely did it because I didn't really care. But you can exchange it for glamour items. Okay, so much for the V6 stuff. Do your world botany research. And then once you're ready, go ahead and do Lex Lux. I'm ready now. I'm just gonna fricking do it once I have my Sage more equipped. Whenever I feel like it and get the time. Let's see. What do I got right now? Alright, we're going on 1 hour, 24 minutes. I really want to play Oblivion. Okay. Next thing to show. Abyss Jewel. We're going to the Demon Realm. Zavarazard, I forgot. Banma. Now, Banma Tower is where you get your crest accessory. This resets every week. And by the accessory, I mean this. Sigils. Your crest slot. Right here. Now, how Banma works is you will be put into an arena where you will have 20 to 50 monsters all spawning at once. They are weak, with elite monsters spawning every now and then, as well as these little metal slimes that gives massive bonus points. Your objective is to clear through them as fast as you can, and hopefully be able to clear through it all completely for the maximum bonus. You get a high score for each one. You can redo it anytime you want to try to go for a better score, and for some more spending points. The rewards are this. As you get higher and higher points, you will earn these rewards. You can go for the lottery tickets as well, if that's all you care for. You can also take these shards and crests. If you don't care about them, you can burn them all down for shards that you can just go ahead and sell. Just like you do with the gold pyramid stuff. You can actually get quite a bit of gold this way. Unlike the pyramid, though, you do not want to AFK for this because you can't. Unless you're just really lazy, you're just throwing a priest in there and 2 demon sword masters and just let them take care of it. Obviously, if you're not contributing, you're not gonna full clear it. At least not yet. Maybe another 4 or 5 level cap increases and you could. You can spend the points you acquire to earn buffs. Now, if you want to play it the safe way, you can take the damage taken -50, and that is going to negate nearly all the damage that you and your characters will ever take in these. Or if you want to take more of a risk, and you want to try to go for that maximum score and time, you can go with command interval -2 seconds. Most are going to just take this, though. Then, of course, once you have points, you can exchange them for these. Basically boxes, shards, and so forth. Again, you could sell these for 500 gold each. They're worth 7,500 gold per. I'm sorry. Losing my mind here. Ugh. Yeah, about 7,500 gold each. You can get quite a lot of them, but once you buy these, you're done. Okay, you can't buy them again. Then you can spend whatever you have left on lottery tickets if you want, or XP scriptures. These souls will reset, so you don't spend them when you have them. They're gone the next week. Saturday, 4 p.m. Now, I've had people ask me consistently all the time, so what is the best party configuration to do this with? Okay, I will tell you. 3 demons. Yes, 3 demon swordmasters. They must have a particular accessory equipped. What was it again? This stupid thing. Mechanical Eye. Make sure your demon swordmasters have Mechanical Eye. If you want, you can use it yourself as well, depending on what vocation you're on. What vocation do you want to be on? Well, you got 3 options. You can either go Priest and just keep yourself and them healed. If you go down, you're screwed. You could go Druid. With Wand Druid, your pet, as long as your pet is not an idiot, will keep them healed and keep you alive. At the very least, revive you. And the pet will also help contribute to damage, depending on the pet you use. You can go with the Priest pet. I've seen many go with the Dancer pet, or Gypsy pet, whatever they call her. I call her Dancer pet. Or you can go with the Sage pet. Doesn't matter, as long as they can heal, buff, and revive, you can go with that. Or, what I like to do, and this is something I came up with, you can go in as a Guardian. And if you are geared enough and equipped enough, you can use your abilities, you can use your spell reflecting abilities, you can use your damage reduction abilities, your heals and such, to make your Demon Swordmasters immune to nearly all damage that can happen in there. And so as long as you keep ahead of things, you equip the right heart, and I'm going to show you this later. Well, soon actually. You want to use her, because if you are in a situation where your Demon Swordmasters are dead, and, okay, you can just pop your invulnerability move, you got 2 of them, and then you can just use her to revive and heal everybody. At least once. Then you can keep the ball rolling. But generally, yeah, Guardian trivializes this now, because you can negate almost all the damage. And if you take that Gilliam Soul magic for -50, that stacks on top of it. So, with you and Pep State and that, you can negate everybody else's damage along with your Divine Defense by about 130 points. So, anything that is supposed to do 130 points or less damage, it will completely negate that. The only things that could be of any threat to you are the elites and mini bosses that spawn up. But with 3 Demon Swordmasters, as long as they're not getting smacked around, they're gonna kill anything that comes up within seconds. And this just gets easier and easier as they keep increasing the cap and putting out better and better weapons. Alright, that's it for that. What else am I missing here? Okay. So, what I'm about to show you next isn't a weekly or bi-weekly, but it is something I highly recommend everybody to do. Okay. Ooh, this is going longer than I thought. Well, you guys asked for it. This is Mysterious Tower. This is how you build your card stats. Yes, your card accessory. I'm sure quite a lot of you is equipped with an Ace of Wonder instead of a replica card. Well, not Ace of Wonder, whatever that trash card is that you can buy in accessory slots. This is how you make your cards. I gotta update a few of them because they're not useful anymore. This one I gotta turn back in or throw away. This one I gotta update for my priest. It costs gold feathers to do. Now, this content you basically make your cards for this guy here. You can make replicas, you can make originals, okay, that have multiple cards with the stats that you want on it. You can also, with the silver feather chips that you find, and bronze feather chips that you find, exchange for XP scrolls, it's only 1,000, or exchange for commonly used accessories. Of course, they take a lot of chips. Generally, it's often not worth it, unless you're like a new player. You just got the version 2, you're waiting for friends, you can just farm this content. Now, this content is a series of floors that you climb by yourself with nobody else. And you will be also converted into a class called Magic Warrior that has its own leveling and progression. You will be basically looking, while going through these floors, finding new equipment and crafting new equipment through the gold and materials that you find while going up the floors, while also solving riddles to get special items. Your main goal is to find find gold and rainbow chips to enhance your custom cards. You get these golden chips through treasure chests and killing enemies, as well as from completing achievements. Rainbow feathers you also get, well, rainbow chips now, they used to be called rainbow feathers, you also get through completing achievements. These achievements typically involve battling, completing floors, and also solving riddles. Solving riddles being the most important one. Right now, I think it's up to floor 50? Right, they haven't increased it at all yet. It's been a few updates since they've last increased it. I think they might be increasing it again for the next version update, but we'll see, which is soon. But every time they increase it, it goes up by another 10 floors, and thus more riddles, harder bosses to fight. Every 5 floors, there is a boss. And some of them are a puzzle, because they will use attacks that you need to try to prepare for with the equipment that you can custom make. Obviously, you can't take the equipment out with you. It all exists in a bubble here. It doesn't take long to do this. I do have guides posted into the channel on how the riddles work, as well as videos on how those riddles work, done by a Japanese player. You just gotta look at what he's doing, and then simply copy it. It's all translated in the game. This content won't take you any more than maybe 6 to 7 hours to fully complete. I really recommend doing it. Now, for the final weekly that you all should be doing. Actually, you know what? I might as well explain a few other things, because why the hell not? I'm making this video, might as well show it. This is version 2 content, accessible to you once you're past version 2, well, a certain version that allows you a certain pet that can get you to places. I will not spoil that, at least. You can reach this island in the version 2.1 area of True Lindarcia. What this content is a maze, where you can select the floor once you've unlocked it. You have to go through these one by one. What it is that you will go through randomized dungeons that has no rhyme or reason to it, to fight monsters and collect chests that drops equipment. You can basically select the level of equipment you want. Here, it'll be armor. And based on the bonuses and what you do in there, you can always get +3. You might get lucky and actually get very useful pieces of armor. and save yourself a whole lot of gold. If you do so, if you're ultra lucky, you'll find a pair of boots like these with 9 movement speed on them, which is very coveted. And usually, if you were to buy one of these crafted, it would cost you at minimum 30 million gil. That's right, I did not stutter my words there. 30 million gold. Not gil, obviously. Ugh, I got Final Fantasy on the brain. But yes, you can run these by using tokens. These are called Zelmia tokens. Let's see if I can show you them here. Where are they? Ah, there they are. Zelmia crests. There are 2 ways to get these. One is through spending your charge hours through a guide or concierge. Obviously, you got one right here. Obviously, I'm maxed again. You can buy them here for 20 charge hours each. Generally you spend 1 when you go in, but you can also spend 2. You can also spend more if you're bringing other people with you. That's why if you're doing this with other actual players, because you can just go in with your support party and do it yourself. But if you go in with them, you have to pay for their entry too. So 1 for each additional player. That's why players doing it together will share and switch party leads so they can use their crests on you and so on and so forth. Screw it, I'll get more of these. Okay. Now, when you're beginning these, again, you'll have to unlock the floors one by one until you get the bottom level, which will have the most chests and the most rewards. You can get gold, you can get lotto tickets from this stuff as well. You can even get stones from a certain tough guy, thug, if you find him asleep. Don't try to steal from his pocket, just say no when you talk to him. Eventually you'll find this guy wandering around in there, and when you talk to him once, he will then come up here. You want to always talk to him and begin with 3 scales because this will give you 3 more additional chances to open doors. You use a scale to open a door. If you run out of scales, that means your run is over. You want to try to get to the bottom floor for the maximum amount of chests, and then as well as the ability to select 5 pieces of equipment that you want to go ahead and leave with out of all the chests you opened. I believe I have a guide, a full-on guide about how this content works in the guides channel. You can also find in the tools channel a website that will give you a cheat sheet of sorts of the floors. It will basically show you, if as long as you input the correct floors of what you've seen so far, it'll show you what that floor layout that you're in is supposed to be to greatly increase your odds of finding the exit portal to the next floor. I recommend using it. It will only work on the deepest floor, floor 20, and beyond. You can do this content anytime you want, as long as you have Zelmia crests. And yes, the second way to get Zelmia crests is those Zelmia squids. They will spawn with almost any random encounter. It is completely random when they'll spawn up. They can even spawn in the ruins. And they will give you 1 crest every time you fight them, guaranteed. It will be in a box once they're dead. Generally, the best way to get them is just to use your charge hours. Now, for the final thing around here for 1.0, that you can do any time, and I recommend doing it, is Defense Force. Now, Defense Force is a battle content where you and 7 other players will be defending a gate against monsters all trying to destroy it. This is how you earn tokens to create weapons and shields. Now, when you head out, you may get a selection of what to go. Right now, it's fixed to whatever the White Army is. So there are ones that are easy to do, which is Alien Invasion or Space Invaders, whatever Clarity decides to translate it to that month. That generally everybody tends to do, and that's all you're going to be getting when it's a selectable choice. Otherwise, when it's a predetermined choice, such as now, White Wings, okay, chances are it might be one of those much more difficult ones where you will fail, okay, especially if you happen to be holding everybody back. The best way to do this, honestly, is to go in as a healer vocation, because most everybody doesn't want to be a healer vocation for this. They want to be the smashy. Healer vocations consist of Sage, Priest, Deathmaster, Druid if you have a wand equipped, and I'm not sure if Fortune Teller counts or not. They might. Guardian, apparently for some reason, is also counted as a healer vocation. I'm not sure who decided that in Square Enix, but whatever. But you do those, you can come to the reward exchange, and you can get a custom weapon. Now, generally, what a lot of players tend to do, because you see, weapons are actually pretty cheap to just buy with the stats you want on it. Okay, so unless it's like a perfect stat weapon, which is going to be about 12 to 15 million gold, you can get a pretty good weapon for between 3 to 5 million gold, or even cheaper. Okay, it has at least one perfect stat on it, and then you can just go to the Alchemy Bros to enhance it. Speaking of Alchemy Bros, okay, since I've been talking about them, or talking about the whole Alchemy Stone thing, same thing here in Veronard. The other criteria to be able to do Defense Force, by the way, is you have to have the Veronard key emblem. So you're going to end up doing it one way or the other anyway when you progress through the story. You also have to have at least 500 plus HP. Granted, get all the passives from all the vocations in the game. Okay, you want to at least try to have 700 plus HP before you do anything. Okay, so these are the Alchemy Bros. Now, let's say if I wanted to spend my rubies on this, and I really don't want to right now, I gotta think about it, to enhance these. See, these ruby gems are what I've been getting from weeklies and dailies, and certain other pieces of content that you could get these from. I can spend 75 ruby gems right now to make this a near perfect for one more attack power. You can go to this guy to exchange older gems, okay, for the gem that you want. If you go down the line, I can go from the sapphire here and I can exchange it. I can exchange ruby gems for sapphire gems if I so wanted to, but who the hell would want to do that? You generally do that for like older pieces of equipment if you need to. Granted, most people do the Defense Force runs, not for the weapons. Okay, unless they need like some throwaway weapon for their NPCs or something. I'm going to show you that in a bit. They mostly do it to try to get shields. For example, I got this one with 14% light resistance. And I got this light shield for dark resistance. Obviously, I would prefer a shield that has resistances on all 3 slots, but again, it's luck of the draw. You just gotta keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling until you get the shield you want. The thing is, that is an alternative to spending up to 30 million gold to get a shield that has 2 of the same resistance or 2 or 3 different resistances on it. Don't believe me? Go ahead and check the shops. Go ahead and make a search for a light shield, or how about a fire shield with 28% resistance on it. You'll see how expensive it gets. Now, for the final item, and this is available once you get to version 7.0 or so, Otherworld Outpost, which you unlock by going into a new special region in the Ogre continent that is somewhere between Castle Glen and Gartlet. I forgot. Okay, this is the latest weekly content to have come out. Do I need to fight this guy again? Ah, right, I gotta do those real quick. Now that my Gilgarun's... yeah. Now, this is a new weekly content where you go into that door there to run through some randomly generated rooms. They're gonna all look the same to you after the first 3 or 4 runs. To fight enemies, to get shards, and then an end boss that gives hearts. All the meanwhile, you will get affection points with your NPCs here. What do you use the shards for, you ask? You can use them for 2 things. You can exchange the shards for gifts. I still have yet to do this week, so I might as well pick these up. Because why the hell not? Every time I run this, I get more and more. You also use them for lottery tickets, but why would you want to spend 150 for one single lottery ticket or for 2500 XP when you could literally go into a fight with the evil priests in version 7 and get 5 times this or more, depending on your bonuses in a single fight. So with the gifts, you can give them to your characters here. I'm already maxed out with her. You could also give them costumes that you could buy for the cash shop. I haven't seen what she can get yet, or what she can get yet. These are all characters who met along with the journey. Each one of them has a certain preference of gift. I can't remember what she liked. Was it the bubbly stickers? No, it was not the bubbly stickers. I know it's the hairspray.
No.
They'll try to get them up to 600.
他に
Well, more on that. See, initially you can only get them up to 400. Alright. And every 100 bond points you get with them, you can increase their heart crystal. See, he's got a bond level 6 because I already have him maxed out. I have him maxed out because he is the one that gives attack and defense, my 2 favorite stats. He gives a lot of defense. So, you can basically run the dungeon to get their affection up for you, which every run gets them about, what was it, 5? A maximum of 11, depending on how you do the camp part, where after every 3rd floor, you can do a camp where you get to talk to them, and then of course you get some dialogue options where you can get to learn more about them. You can also keep doing this repeatedly to get more shards, but you will only get the heart crystals that you need to increase their bond level once a week. You can also get it from this monthly quest, this monthly challenge that you can do. It's going to reset on the 1st of next month. You can also get it by clearing within a certain time period, which can be somewhat difficult to do. There are certain strategies, characters, and classes that do it. Right now, I tend to use Lanache as my healer and buffer, Lada Gart, and Asbel, which I don't have displayed right now. Asbel is extremely powerful. Because once you play through the story, you'll know why he's extremely powerful. He's probably the most powerful Demon King in there, even more powerful than Valeria. But I might replace Lada Gart with Prince Gerlgarn eventually, because he does warrior attacks. He hits very hard and he debuffs. The thing is, when you have them in your party,
なんだ。
You can swap their weapons out for something else. So you can give them a better axe if you want to. Same with all these other characters. Now, for the other content, again, revolving him, is that arena challenge. You can access it through the door to try to challenge the arena, and what that does is it will give you... I'll show it again. Supreme Stones, if you can just clear it. You just have to clear it. If you can't get the 6 minutes, 30 seconds, that's fine. You just want those stones. What those stones do is they will raise the level cap of the character, allowing you to go up another 200 bond points, thus achieving bond level 6. And again, you can only get heart crystals through those two methods, so you want to do this every week to try to get more shards, get more gifts, try to max their bonds out, try to collect these. Obviously, for my Guardian, I am going to be using this all the time. But they all give differing stats. A lot of guard. Okay, he gives just pure attack power, but he also has all attacks tension up 2%, so 2% chance of getting tension. That stacks with your other tension accessories. You got a Lucia, who will revive everybody if you call her. She gets care per round action for 5%. Okay, she is excellent for those that need a bit more magical mending. Eliza, I only have her at level 3 right now, but she gives HP and magical might. She also has survive lethal damage. I don't know if that goes up another % or 2 at bond level 6. I'd have to give her more heart crystals to find out. That stacks with the Golden Rosary, which is a popular accessory neck for those that are on a vocation that will as consistently one-shotted. Go for Hayuza. He gives attack and deafness. He's generally good for battle masters, martial artists, or anybody that relies on both attack and critical hits. Estella. Channel anger on action. She does a massive hit. For some reason, she is the most used by the player base for her call action. But she gives MP, style, deafness, and magical might. You got Yushka, who gives HP attack, fire damage. So, good for those that are mages, I guess. I don't see him used much at all. Valeria, ice damage. She just gives pure raw attack. She just doesn't attack. Asbel, I never summon him, but he gives dark damage. Good for sages or death masters that rely on dark magic spells. Shinny is very useful, and I've seen people use him. He gives faster caster on action, and he gives sage stats. I haven't buffed him up yet, but he will give magical might and magical mending. He is good for a sage. He also gives a little bit of agility. Good for the turn actions. What his call does is he puts down a damage circle, which will increase the amount of damage that enemies take, similar to what sages can summon with their staves and other abilities. Okay, so Shinny is, in fact, a sage. Louder Guard, again, tension up. He does attack. Kuo, he gives agility. Agility is a very hard stat to raise, so he's actually very useful for helping you get those seeds and such from the Perfect Road bonuses. Perfect Road is a piece of side content that none of you should worry about, really, until much, much later. Lanash gives magical mending, agility, and MP. I'm not sure what her call action does. That is that. I've got to finish this place. And that is that. That is all you need to know about dailies and weeklies. Obviously, there are a few tiny bits of side content that you can do and all. Heck, there's even a whole entire high school drama series that will take you a long while to finish. Okay, that's completely optional. I recommend doing it though, because it is a great piece of content. You'll find it in Grand Zadora. Just look around. But yeah, that is it. This is the updated video. That is the new stuff you want to be doing. Again, I will probably make a question around video soon. Obsidian Remaster came out recently. I finally got it perfected in its performance. I really want to play it. And my friend is already extremely angry about how hard Master and Expert difficulty is. I'm going to play through it all with Master difficulty and at 0.25% skill XP with a mod I put on. That means I earn skill points 75% slower. It's going to make it an adventure. She hates me sometimes because I'm hardcore like that. And that is it. So if you have any questions, just feel free to DM me, let me know. I know some of you were probably expected me to talk about Zenith XI some more. I probably will in the next question around video. But till then, I will see you guys next time.